When you see a hit like this, what do you think? An essential part of the game or a relic to be outlawed? Either way, the results of a new survey might surprise you. Fans of the game, along with parents of hockey-playing tweens and teens, weighed in. The CBC's Peter Armstrong has the details.
The hockey program at St. Michael's College School is among the best in the country. It's produced NHL stars including Tim Horton and Frank Mahovlich. These students all dreamed of joining those ranks. There on the right, that's 17-year-old Charlie Lindsay. He was a player on this team until a series of concussions forced him to quit hockey altogether 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's quite frustrating.
Still, he says, eliminating body checking for younger players isn't the answer.
If you sort of gradually get them in and sort of teach them how to hit properly, safely, I think that's probably the better route.
Dr. Charles Tatter's heard that kind of argument for years, but says science increasingly shows high school-age students are the most vulnerable.
The interesting new information is that adolescence may be the key age for these hits. In other words, an adolescent hit may be that much more traumatic than a hit to a 5 or 10-year-old.
The science has led to more awareness. That, in turn, has led to a change in attitude reflected in today's survey. 88% of Canadians would support a ban on body checking in Pee-wee, ages 11 and 12. 82% would support that same ban at the bantam level, ages 13 and 14. The head of the biggest minor hockey league in Canada says there has been a clear shift in the way people think about concussions.
When I first started doing this job, people would call me when there were too many penalties called in a game, and now we get calls and complaints when their penalties aren't being called. So there's an expectation for us to create the safest possible environment, and I think sort of changing attitudes towards body checking is included in that.
So, parents, players, coaches, they all know more about concussions now than they did just a few years ago. And scientists say that's the important thing, that changing attitudes, after all, is a lot harder than changing the rules. Peter Armstrong, CBC News, Toronto.